Bevy, what do you want to discuss?
I want to talk about the phenom that's going on the interwebs about women being too aggressive by shooting their shot with men.
Okay.
And they're saying, what happened to being demure?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And here's my take on it. I do not shoot my shot.
You don't?
No.
Really, Bevy?
But I send out the catnip.
Okay.
This is how I shoot my shot.
What's the catnip?
If you follow me on Instagram, where's my camera?
Okay, where's Bevy's camera? Which camera? With this camera right
Bevy
over
Smith on Instagram. If you follow me, Bevy Smith on Instagram, you'll see me tipping around. You'll see me tipping around. You'll see me bouncing around in the ocean. That is my version of... You understand? That's me with the catnip.
Okay, you bouncing around in the ocean?
In the ocean. You've never seen it?
No.
It's amazing.
Okay.
You have to watch.
All right.
Don't let your man watch, because then he'll want me. Ow! No, but on a serious note, they're saying that women are too aggressive. And especially if they don't have any kind of indicator that man is interested.
Okay, that's really interesting to me. Tammy, what do you think about that? Are women too aggressive?
No, I think it's very hard to be an alpha female.
Oh, right, yes.
And also be in a relationship. You got to let a man be a man.
That's true.
You have to let him be a man. You have to give him his thing, and you have to. But you also have to figure out when you can let that happen.
Yeah.
Because
Catnip.
well, I'm not going to be bouncing around in any ocean. But I was 38 when I got married. I had kissed a lot of frogs. I had let too many people take the lead that didn't deserve the lead. So you got to figure out who you can dance with and who is gonna, you know, you're waiting for exhale moment.
Okay, I like this, Tammy.
Come on, Whitney.
So now, Jackie, how do you feel? Do you feel like women should shoot their shot and just kind of be demure, mindful, and wait a little bit?
I mean, I'm kind of with these ladies. I think that it is best for the men to be the aggressor. I like to be pursued. I like to be courted.
All right.
You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. If you shoot your shot, at what point does he pay for dinner? At what point does he court you and you know, and spoil you a little bit? At what point does that happen? I think you want to know that a man is interested in pursuing you and being with you and has that interest before you start leaning into it.
But I feel like, ladies, that sometimes men are scared of us. I feel like sometimes...
But then he's not the man
No,
for us.
no, but it's not a bad thing, but I think sometimes men, they take that walk across the room, they come up to you, and sometimes we can totally decimate a man's ego in one And I think...
But that builds character.
No, build character. Y'all want to do, but I feel like men sometimes we have to let, you know, it's
I
okay.
smile at 'em.
You smile at them, but it's okay to somebody to go, you know what? You know Sherri like you. And then you don't have to pursue him, but sometimes he does need an indicator that you like him.
But the flirting, the catnip.
The catnip.
The flirting.
I never called it catnip, but I like that term.
Right?
I like,
Put it out there.
All right, so we kind of agree. So how do y'all feel about women? I can't take it. Women proposing to men.
No,
I've been
man,
seeing
no,
this
no.
on social media.
That's a problem.
A woman will get on there with a ring. What do you think, Jackie?
No, because, I mean, is she buying the ring, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no. I have a problem with that
Yeah.
because I think it comes off as too desperate.
Really? Do you think that we're just of a generation?
No, I don't think so. We're of a
No.
generation. No, I know lots. First of all, I'm a millennial by association, the MBA. So, you know.
That's right.
Okay? But no, I don't think that, I think that is very emasculating for a man.
Okay.
Because I do believe, as everyone was saying here, that men want to chase a woman.
Yes.
They want to pursue. They want to know they still got it. They had to convince you of something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, no. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden you're like, yes. That's what they want. But if all they have to do is show up and be a man, baby, we in for a world of trouble. So especially with proposing to someone, then what happens with the household chores?
Yeah.
What happens with the bills? Well, you asked me to marry you. You take care of all the bills.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, sir.
You can't want it both ways. You
Can't
can't
want it both ways.
Go ahead.
Well,
Tammy.
I definitely think that there's something to be said about gender roles maybe moving a little bit. My husband cooks, I travel and work.
Right.
Those things happen.
Yeah.
However, I do think that the more traditional, when you sit back a little bit, and if you let a man come to you, as a woman, I can't speak for men, but I will say this, a man, there's always that second wife of the rich man. When they get a divorce, she's always wifed up right away. because a man wants something that he has to work for, that he feels like he won. There's a level of conquering once you get to know. And I mean, I have brothers, and I see, I mean, they will go with the couch. But the fact is, sometimes a real good man wants to win you over and take care of you.
And to your point, I think that when women are newly single, too, they have a scent on them, and men pick up on that, and they're like, oh, I want to encroach upon someone else's territory. So I believe it's also a good time to get out there when you're newly single. Shout out to J-Lo.
Okay, all right. J-Lo got that scent, that catnip.
She got that, but that's
she's catnipping in the pool, too. I saw her in the beginning.
Yeah, she's catnipping.
You got a catnip.
I love it. Okay, y'all, catnip, that's the word.
That's the word?
That is the word, catnip.
It's summertime, let's do it.
Summertime, let's catnip. You know what, ladies? Jackie, Bevy, Tammy, thank you all for being here.
We're gonna have a good time.